Hi, this is Dan from Rocket Tools. And when you run a SaaS company, and particularly when you have built an application that includes multiple different tools and softwares from others, there's always updates coming out in that software. And unless you communicate that to your members, well, your members will never be able to take advantage of that software, and they won't be able to see the benefits that you're bringing them by stringing together and putting together the SaaS. And sometimes that communication can really get arduous because a lot of the tools that we use are just constantly having new innovations and new features coming out. And if you miss those, well, you've missed an opportunity to connect with a customer and to give them the opportunity to benefit from the software and become stickier with your SaaS product. So I'm going to show you a little hack today that I've worked out that really works well for us, and I hope you find some utility with it. We're going to jump over to my screen and I'll walk you through this workflow on how I think you can really add a lot of functionality and communication for the people that are purchasing your SaaS product today. So one of the things we do at Rocket Tools is we create a changelog, or think of it like a continuous blog. And I'll show you how it looks like on our website. Now, we've just started it, so we don't have a huge amount of content on there, but I'm really excited about the way that I think it's going to present this kind of information to our members. So this is a website that will be linked from our homepage, and it's got, of course, our logo, and we've got new features on here. And if you look, we've got these multiple different changelogs, if you will, of software features that have been coming out. So here's one, automated customer follow-ups, and here's a comment on there, enhanced workflows. Here's one about enhanced email deliverability. I like the fact that we put the date, so we changed our approach just a little bit to make sure we put the date and how to look up Google Sheets. And again, this allows you to showcase all of the features that are coming out in the SaaS applications that you have connected in your tech stack, even if they might not be that important to every user. Now, we do send out a newsletter, and we take some of this content and we put in newsletters, particularly features that we think will apply to a lot of users. If a lot of users will benefit from it, we put it in a newsletter. I often record a video and send it out showing people how to use it and how to use that particular feature set. But for a lot of the improvements, that just doesn't make sense. It fills up people's boxes. They stop reading your newsletters, and well, I think it just becomes boring. It's not the way to communicate. You want to communicate relevant information. But the problem is some of this information could be relevant for some users, just wouldn't know about it. So a way to document it and show value for your SaaS is to create a changelog within your particular account and have people go and look at it. And often we will put a little bit of reminder to say, always be sure and check the new features in our changelog. And people can go through and fly through there and say, wow, this is something that I really want to learn more about. And they can reach out to us and we can show them how to use it. So this is an example of how we do our changelog. Now, the question is, where do you get the content for it? Well, a lot of times in today's world, video content is king, and particularly in communicating SaaS information. So often what I find myself doing is I just go through YouTube and I look at, what my YouTube feed is. And because I follow the software products that we actually are using in our particular tech stack, I'm often getting recommended videos that I would want to see. And so that's how I learn about the newest features that are getting rolled out. And it's a great way for me to kind of capture that content. Now, I could listen to it, download a transcript, I could put it in a chat GPT, I could generate a summary, I could do all that work, but I'll never do it. And so what happens is that particular feature will just go missed. It won't get included into what we're actually doing and what we're creating here at Rocket Tools. We try to create solutions that will empower our agency, and because we support other SaaSpreneurs that are growing their SaaS companies, we like to be able to include those features and show them how to do it as well. One of the biggest joys that we get here is helping other developers develop their SaaS. And so if you have any interest in that, be sure and reach out to me and we'll be happy to talk about coaching and helping you start your own SaaS business too. But one of the ways we're able to do that is through the efficiencies that we create within our system. And it all starts on something like as simple as using something like YouTube. Now, recently, I came across a very interesting product on AppSumo, and that product was called Merlin. I had heard about it before, and honestly, I was shocked to see it on AppSumo. It's not a product that you typically see in that kind of arena like AppSumo, because it's been around for a while and it's widely used. And basically what it is it's a Chrome extension that incorporates AI technology like ChatGPT into multiple different applications. And the one we're gonna point it at today is YouTube, and I'm going to show you how I use it to create that changelog. So I am not an affiliate at this time with AppSumo. That may change in the future, but I am going to put the code below, the link below, so you can go and try to grab this deal before it goes. I think it probably would be one of those deals that may not ever be back on AppSumo, and this is a really great opportunity to jump on it. I can highly recommend the product, and again, I don't gain anything from that other than just trying to help you kind of create better content. Merlin is basically AI chat wherever you need it. Because it's a Chrome extension, it kind of puts it in different locations. But today, honestly, where I'm going to show you how to use it is on YouTube. And let me kind of show you how that works. So I'm going to go after a really common SaaS product, and that's High Level. And if anybody watches Sean's videos, they're just spectacular, but they're often fast, they're fast paced, they come out every day. Often there's 5 or 6 of them that come out every day. And so I do watch them all, but again, being able to cultivate that content is something that I could share with a member. If I was using that kind of SaaS, I would be challenged because I'd have to download the transcript and go through the work. So let me just kind of show you how this works with Merlin, because it's actually really cool. So let's pick some of these categories. So here's like hide categories in template library. That's not going to be very good, but let's just pick one. New calendar features, meeting updates, and get ready, because
this feature allows you to add multiple meeting locations to your calendar setting.
We're going to push pause on the video. So when you do that, you're going to open up the YouTube video, and you're going to see it here. Now you can watch it, and I do usually watch Sean's videos, but I often don't watch every video. And in fact, what I do is the Merlin Chrome extension is going to pull in this little box over on the right. And it's going to have this big blue button which says summarize this video. So I'm going to click summarize the video. And what it's going to do in the back end is it's going to download the transcript, and it's going to summarize that transcript and hold it in its engine that you can then use it. Now, the really cool thing here is you get to chat with the summary. So if you had questions about a feature or questions about something about it, you could actually just ask that question. You could actually chat with it. But for me, that's not the biggest utility, and this is actually the way that I use it. You can go down here at the bottom, and you're going to notice that you can click this button that says Chat with a Summary, and it's going to open up kind of a dialog box here, and you can actually use saved prompts. So what I'm going to do is you can click in this box and go up here to these 3 buttons to your saved prompt section. And I actually have a prompt just for Sean, okay? That's all I do. This is a Sean prompt. This is high-level new feature blog. When I type it in here and click send, what it's gonna do is it's gonna create me a blog article. Now, if I wanted to share that with my customers, I could do that. I could put it into a newsletter. I could do something like that with it. And that's, I could certainly do that. That's not what we do. I'm going to show you the way that we use it is we actually take those features and we convert them into HTML. And I'm going to show you how I built this prompt in just a minute, but what we're going to do is generate actual HTML code. Now, I was showing you this as a demo, and I forgot a setting that I'm going to turn back on. There's a setting up here that says ChatGPT 3.5. The cool thing about Merlin is you get access to a huge number of different options. And for me, I usually like this ChatGPT 4 Omni model. I think it gives better results. I'm going to do it again just because I want to make sure for this video we get a good outcome. And that's usually what I do. And so what it's going to do is it's going to write this particular HTML code. So it's going to summarize that video, create a changelog post for me, and then create it in HTML. So I click copy. So that's what I'm going to do. And then next I'm going to go over to the Rocket Tools website. So this is actually the builder that's in the back end of Rocket Tools to build websites. And this is really simple website. And what I'm going to do is kind of go up here to the top, and I'm just going to add a section. And I'm going to say it's medium width like that. And I'm going to add 1 row. And I'm going to add an element, and the element is going to be a code section. and I'm going to click on the code section, open the code editor, and I'm going to click paste. I'm going to take a quick look just to make sure that no extra stuff is up here, like the stuff at the top, which sometimes ChatGPT puts in there. And I'm going to click save. And I'm going to save it again because I'm OCD. And then we're going to take a quick look at it. And here's what we got. There we are, multiple meeting new features. Now, this time I put 2 dates in there. This can sometimes happen, so I'm going to need to go back in and do an adjustment on that because it added 2 dates. But this is a really good example about how immediately, with really just real quick click, I ended up adding a changelog to our website. So how do we get that prompt? Because I'm not a coder, and how do we do it? Well, you basically just go to ChatGPT, and I did basically the same steps that you would do anytime you do any kind of prompt engineering to write a prompt. I asked it to analyze the video and then create a blog post based on that content. And then, you play with it and you find out that, initially it might put citations. You don't really want citations. Maybe you don't want the person that's talking's name mentioned in the videos. You have to take that out. Maybe you want to add your colors to kind of match your logo like we did here. We added our color. You want line breaks between paragraphs. So what you do is just start working with it. Start asking it to write HTML for your particular blog post, and then make it generate, go paste it in, and then start to make that kind of changes. Now that's how I do it because I'm not a coder. If you were a coder, you could go through that HTML and you could make those changes. But it took me about 15 minutes probably to get the look that I wanted, the right size box and the colors and the formatting. It didn't take very long, and I just did it by going back in with ChatGPT and asking that question over and over. Now, I showed you one that was kind of specific for Sean, but you don't really have to. And in fact, you can create kind of a generic one. So let's go back over to YouTube for a minute. And let's look for some other SaaS software. Really great company is Play, and I don't know if you've played a lot with this app, and maybe that's a pun, Play with Play, but it's a phenomenal program for using AI to help create ad features. And the developer here is just spectacular. So let's just kind of go through and see if there's something on here that we might want to use. And here's one on A/B testing. So I'm going to click.
You can come in here.
Stop. And same thing. We're just going to click summarize video. We're going to start with that approach every time. And what it's going to do again is download the transcript, do a summary. And this time, this prompt may not work as well because it's not as specific, if you will, for an individual. It's a generic prompt, but we built a prompt over here that's for kind of any kind of generic a SaaS. And so here's a generic SaaS new features prompt. So we click send, and it doesn't take very long to start to generate the content. So let's see what we got coming up here. And this again is just one more example of how you can add value to your members to help to continue to drive retention. And it's all happening because you're communicating. And at Rocket Tools, we are storytelling experts. That's what we do. Our bigger agency actually helps larger clients with storytelling and helping business with tell stories. So anytime we can automate that for smaller and medium-sized businesses, we think we've scored. So let's go back over and let's just do through this process one more time, show you how to do it. So we're going to add that kind of medium width. We're going to add one column. We're going to add another code section. We're going to click on that. We're going to go over and open the code editor. And I'm trying to remember, I hope I pasted, I hope I copied it. I think I did. But let's go back over and make sure so that we don't end up doing something that I'm not going to regret later. So let me copy it. Here. I think that's copied. And let's go back over. And let's paste it in. We're going to know pretty quickly, actually. Yep, and it is. That's what it is. It's A/B testing. We're going to take a quick look just to make sure there's no trash at the end of that. We're going to click save. Click save again. And let's take a quick look at it. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. Improved A/B testing in multiple ad set campaigns in Facebook. And look at that. That looks great. You know, if I was being really, really picky, I don't like this kind of markdown look around some of the text here, and that sometimes happens in ChatGPT. Even if you ask it not to do it, it will do it over and over again. I'm sure there's a hack out there to fix that. If you know what it is, put it in the comment section below, and it will be a great teaching moment for me. But this is a great example where we've created a pretty phenomenal looking changelog about all the new features that are coming out of Rocket Tools. So now, if I wanted to jump on just a quick short video and talk about those features, I can go to my website to do it. And I can show those features here and show where to find new information here. And I could jump over and walk my clients or customers through the steps that are where they can take advantage of this tool. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little hack and how to really kind of automate that storytelling concept for your business and help your customers learn about all the features that you've invested in creating the tech stack for your particular SaaS. At Rocket Tools, we empower businesses to tell stories, and we also help SaaSpreneurs grow their SaaS business. So if you need help with telling your business story, or if you need help growing your SaaS business, then reach out to us and we'll be happy to coach you through that process and give you some tools to help make the process a little bit easier. If you liked this content, please like and subscribe to our channel, and always leave messages in the comment section below, because that's where we get ideas on what we can do to help make our business better and to help kind of create content for you. Until next time, I'm Dan with Rocket Tools, and we look forward to talking to you again.